स्थातं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपां साग्रजातं सागना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं साद्वधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदं सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृष्णभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण पदाय कृष्ण प्रसाद शिवत गोपाल कृष्ण कृष्ण नमः ओम विष्णु पदाय कृष्ण कृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्यादेशतारिणे ओम ज्ञानातिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। So, what we're going to read this evening is from the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya-lila, chapter 20. Chaitanya Charitamrita is about the life and story teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is the one who inaugurated the Yuga Dharma. It is the prediction that the chanting of the holy name of the Lord will be the religion for the next 10,000 years. Kind of difficult to understand and see the way it is, the way are going on all over the world. We are in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is the worst, considered to be the worst of the four ages: Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali. Because this is the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. People are short lived, easily disturbed, life is very short, and is full of miseries and sufferings. Of course, the whole world is full of miseries and sufferings. But especially in Kali Yuga, we can see it. Everyone is struggling, not just the parents. The children also are struggling. Is that true? Huh? Everyone is struggling to exist, be able to live a very happy and comfortable life. Everyone is miserable. It's full of strife, as Srila Prabhupada says. Full of strife means full of problems, full of anxiety. But there is one good thing in Kali Yuga, hmm, that the holy name is there. So, as Prabhupada says, the chanting of the holy name will be heard in every town and village for the next 10,000 years. One of the brothers in Shida Janani Vasprabhu and Pankajangri. You know them? Yes? So Janani Vasprabhu says that the 10,000 years golden age of Kali Yuga will start as soon as we inaugurate the Temple of Vedic Planetarium. Right now, we're still preparing. My dear friend Brajavilas Prabhu, working so hard along with Ambarish Prabhu to make it sure that this prediction of the Adbhut Mandir, that this temple will be inaugurated, is always keep on being postponed. Supposed to be now in 2027. We have last year, Brajabilas Prabhu and I, we did the puja for the Yagyashala, considered to be the largest Yagyashala of ISKCON, just in front of the Temple of Vedic Planetarium, where since 1986, they've been having a daily yagya or fire sacrifice. Now they're doing it at the Gurukul Yagyashala. And this Yagyashala is meant for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord, the protection of our movement and the devotees. So this coming February 11th, it'll be inaugurated. That means it'll open. And Krishna willing, we will be there also. But the main yagya, that yagya is going on since 1986, so it'll be going on for the next 10,000 years. So, But the main yagya or sacrifice in the age of Kali is Sankirtan yagya. This is the Yuga Dharma. Sankirtan. San means samyak, complete. And kirtan means glorification of the Supreme Lord. So when we do Sankirtan, everyone is involved. Not just the kirtan leader, or those who are playing midanga and kartals. Also, the participants, they're part of the yajna. It's a sacrifice, it's an offering to the Supreme Lord for His pleasure. So, whatever we do, actually, it says, Yagyai Sankirtana Prayar Yajanti Hi Sumeda Saha. One who has a little bit of intelligence, they will partake into this Sankirtan Yagya. And in the Bhagavad Gita, Yajñartat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tad artam karma konteya mukta sangha samachara has to be done as a sacrifice for Lord Vishnu. So I'm sure many of you also work. Am I correct? Yeah? You cannot exist. You cannot live. No chapati, no sabji if you don't work. Hmm? You'll not be able to drive a nice car and have a big house if you don't work. So everything that we do actually is a sacrifice to please Lord Vishnu. But especially everything that we do in ISKCON, all of our activities are centered into the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Without chanting of the holy name of the Lord, no one will become successful in spiritual life. What to say of material life? Ah, chanting of the holy name of the Lord is our life and soul. Everything that we do reflected in how we chant the holy name of the Lord. Now, there are different types of chanting. How about the children? Do you know how many types of chanting? How many? Huh? Yeah, that's the rounds. There is japa, yeah, like in the, yes, beads. There is also kirtan, that means loud chanting. Japa means soft kirtan or soft chanting. Everyone has to do it. Even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he did japa. He was counting from his. Then there is the kirtan. It's like we do Harinam Sankirtan. We go to places where there are many people, like in the city center, or we go on Ratiyatra. That's loud chanting also. And there is also what you call manasa. Manasa, chanting through the mind. Like Haridas Thakur, he would chant 192 rounds every day. You know how long will it take 192 rounds to chant? The whole day. But he's a little expert. So maybe 22 hours. He still has to eat. He still has to sleep. But he can do it expertly. For those who are members of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, who wants to make advancement in spiritual life, they would want to make it more specific, to be serious by taking shelter of a bona fide spiritual master and take initiation. Diksha, Nam Diksha. And for those who took Nam Diksha, they promised to chant minimum 16 rounds. You're correct. 16 rounds of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And Prabhupada says chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is easy. But it is difficult because we have to be attentive. Hmm? And that is the difficulty. We are very much, so many pointed attention. I was just reading one of the books that was I found at Sumita Krishna Prabhu's library. One can have over 30,000 decisions per day. That is a normal, typical person who doesn't know what to do. 30,000, like 35,000 decisions one can have generally. I was reading also the other day. That is decision. So one can have 22,000 different desires in one day. That must be a crazy person. But actually, we should only have one desire. Yeah. To please Krishna. And one decision to follow the orders and instructions coming from Guru and Krishna. But we are so adamant. That's why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Radha and Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. He is the combined form of Shrimati Radharani and Lord Krishna. Both of them combined and became Lord Chaitanya to instruct us, to show us how to become a devotee, how to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, how merciful, how compassionate the Supreme Lord is. We became rebellious. Prabhupada says we're all criminals. That's why we are in the material world. Criminal means doesn't want to follow the instructions of the Supreme Lord. Just like in the city, there is a jailhouse. So anyone who doesn't want to follow the law of man, they will commit so many unwanted things. And therefore, they have to be put into prison so that they'll be reformed. Similarly, this is our case. The material world is like a jailhouse. It's a prison house. Not until we reform ourselves, not until we understand that I will be a good citizen, then one can be pardoned and one can be released. And once we are released, then we don't have to come back again because we have learned the lesson. So similarly, this is our situation. We have forgotten our relationship with the Supreme Lord. We became covered up by the modes of material nature. We want to fulfill the desire to enjoy the material energy. And therefore, we will take birth again and again in this material world, lifetime after lifetime, not until we purify ourselves by Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the means and the only way, the easiest and the most practical way to get out of this material world in Kali Yuga. But we don't value it. Hmm. It's like it is not our priority. Of course, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Kirtaniya Sadahari. That means kirtan or chanting 24 hours. But specifically, though, our spiritual master instructed us to chant minimum 16 rounds every day, not maximum, minimum in japa, in our beads. How many of us here chanting every day? Raise your hands. Attentively? No, no one's hand is up. Not so easy, isn't it? Huh? If we can chant one round attentively, all the rounds will become attentive also. Not so easy. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he composed this Sikshatakam. He said 8 verses, 8 slokas, Sikshatakam. What Siksha means? Instructions, like Guru, instructing Guru. Siksha Astakam. Astakam means 8 slokas. Asta, like Astasaki, 8 main gopis. I don't know how far we can go because this is a very, very elaborate prayers to understand how to, for us to follow. And if we follow this, we'll be able to attain from the basics in bhakti up to prema. And that is our goal. Our goal is to attain love of God, to uncover our original consciousness, Krishna consciousness. If one is Krishna conscious, that means he has love for Krishna. You cannot say, I love Krishna, and you are not chanting. Does it make sense? No, no. You cannot say, I love Krishna, but I don't love his devotees. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. If you love Krishna, you love everybody. And you want to help others as well. So let us see this Sikshatakam, famous prayer. This is in the first and foremost thing that one would like to accomplish. It's like we were in Adelaide, so they will chant Sikshatakam prayers every day, part of their morning program. Everywhere, practically, wherever there is an ISKCON center, ISKCON temple. In Vrindavan also, we recite this. Do they recite this in Melbourne temple?
No.
So individually, you should recite. There is no excuse. Yes, it should be part of your sadhana. Sadhana means following a regulated life that helps us to follow rules and regulations. By following rules and regulations, then ultimately we'll come to prema bhakti. So let me read. I don't know where will that be the prayers, but let us see how everything unfolds. I have not read this for a long time, but I think during my visit in Melbourne, I will discuss the Sikshatakam prayers. It may take a few days, but we'll be here for next few days. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhaktavinda. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhaktavinda. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhaktavinda. Premod Bhavita Harseshyot Vegadanyarti Misritam Lapitam Gora Chandrasya Yavadabhir Nisevyate. Only the most fortunate will relish the mad words of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which were mixed with jubilation, envy, agitation, submissiveness, and grief, all produced by ecstatic, loving emotions. Jai Jai Gaura Chandraya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All glories to Lord Nityananda. All glories to Advaita Chandra. And all glories to all the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. E Mata Mahaprabhu Vaise Nila Chale Rajane Divase Krishna Virahe Vivale. While Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thus resided at Jagannath Puri, Nilachal, he was continuously overwhelmed night and day by separation from Krishna. So Jagannath Puri is very famous, one of the holy dham. How many of you have been to Jagannath Puri? Jai. Nilachal. So this is the place where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed his pastimes in the last stages of his life. This separation means viraha, Krishna viraha. One who says that I have that Krishna is always with me, that means he doesn't have Krishna. One who's always looking for Krishna, he has Krishna. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, definitely he is always in that mood of separation because he has love for Krishna. So those who have love for Krishna, which means that Krishna is with them or they are with Krishna, but still they are looking for Krishna. Swarupa Ramananda Due janasane ratridine rasakita sloka aspadane. Day and night he tasted transcendental blissful songs and verses with two associates, namely Swarup Damodar Goswami and Ramananda Rai. Hmm. So these are very confidential associates of the Supreme Lord, Swarup Damodar and Ramananda Rai. Nana bhave ute prabhura harsha shoka rosha dainyodvega arti utkanta santosha. He relished the symptoms of various transcendental emotions such as jubilation, lamentation, anger, humility, anxiety, grief, eagerness, and satisfaction. So these are different emotions, bhav, of one who is in love of Krishna. Hmm. Are you also feeling some of these emotions? Jubilation, yes. When you cannot be sad, huh? You're always happy. Lamentation, oh yes, that is a separate thing. Lamentation due to separation. Anger, anger that I don't have Krishna, but he has Krishna. Humility, anxiety, grief, eagerness, and satisfaction. Next text. Se babe nija sloka padiya slokera arta asbadaye dui bandulana. He would recite his own verses, expressing their meanings and emotions, and thus enjoy tasting them with his two friends. Kona dine kono bhave sloka patana se sloka asbadite ratre jagarana. Sometimes the Lord would be absorbed in a particular emotion and would stay awake all night reciting related verses and relishing their taste. This is a symptom also of one who is in the ecstatic love for Krishna. He cannot sleep because he's always thinking of Krishna and relishing that emotion. It's like says the six Goswamis of Vrindavan, they will only sleep 2 hours, 2, 3 hours every day. Sometimes they would even forget to sleep or eat only having 200 grams of buttermilk, and that's it. Can we do that? Can we do that? Only taking shots, buttermilk? No. We want pizza. We want samosas, and so on. See, the more one advances in Krishna consciousness, he will eat less. He will sleep less. So we can check ourselves. If we want like a Govardhan Hill Prasad. No, seriously, the demands of the body, because everything is only in the mind. Was that Dhruva Maharaj, in order for him ultimately to see Lord Narayan, he was fasting. He was eating only few fruits every other day, or that these fruits even the monkeys will not eat. Then he started to just drink water every so much days, and then after that he just stopped. He just breathing. But no problem. Don't be artificially renounced. saying, oh, okay, Maharaj saying, oh, the more you advance, the less you sleep and eat. I think I will only sleep 2 hours today. Let me see what's gonna happen. No, it is stressful if you don't sleep, if you don't eat enough. Prabhupada says we should eat only to maintain our body together, not for the pleasure of the tongue. Hare Prabhu kahena suna swarupa ramraya nama sankirtan kalo parama upaya. In great jubilation, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, my dear Sarup Damodar and Ramananda Rai, know from me that chanting the holy names is the most feasible means of salvation in this age of Kali. Kalo Parama Upaya. And he would also recite, it's like Prabhupada also recite, Harer Nam, Harer Nam, Harer Nam, Eva Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva, 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 Gatir Anyata. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way except the chanting of the holy name. Sankirtana Yaghe Kalau Krishna Aradhana Seita Sumedha Paya Krishnera Charana. In this age of Kali, the process of worshipping Krishna is to perform sacrifice. Again, sacrifice by chanting the holy name of the Lord. One who does so is certainly very intelligent, and he attains shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. Text 10. Krishna Varnam Tvisa Krishnang Sangapangasra Parshadam Yajnai Sankirtana Prayar Yajantihi Sumedasa. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the name of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. It mentions here weapons. What is this? Is it sword? Is it machine gun?
Krishna names.
His beauty. Lord Chaitanya is so attractive. Sometimes a newcomer will come to the mandir and they will mistakenly say, who are those ladies? Huh? Because that is the nature of females, supposed to be beautiful, meant to be beautiful. But actually, the beauty is not external, the beauty is inside. If we don't have envy, be truthful, kind, compassion, he may look externally not so beautiful. But if he has those qualities of the demigods, then he is beautiful. He may be looking like a sweeper, but if he's very kind, always smiling, he is beautiful. So this is the weapons and confidential companions. He is accompanied by these weapons. Could be the midanga, kartals. Yeah, these are weapons. Like Prabhupada says, we should kill the atheist, but not literally kill them. We should kill their mentality, atheistic mentality. Nama Sankirtana Haite Sarvanartanasha Sarva Subhadaya Krishna Premera Ulasa. Simply by chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna, one can be freed from all undesirable habits. This is the means of awakening all good fortune and initiating the flow of waves of love for Krishna. Text 12. Now we're entering now. This is the first sloka of the Sikshatakam. Cetodarpanamarjanam bhavamahadavagni nirvapanam Shreyakairava chandrika vitaranam vijavadu jivanam Anandam bhudi vardhanam patipadam purnam ritaspadanam Sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Let there be all victory for the chanting of the holy name of Lord Krishna, which can cleanse the mirror of the heart and stop the miseries of the blazing fire of material existence. That chanting is the waxing moon that spreads the white lotus of good fortune for all living entities. It is the life and soul of all education. The chanting of the holy name of Krishna expands the blissful ocean of transcendental life. It gives a cooling effect to everyone and enables one to taste full nectar at every steps. The purport is not so long. It just says Prabhupada's purport. This is the first verse of the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sikshatakam. The other 7 verses are found in text 16, 21, 29, 32, 36, 39, and 47. So, let there be all victory. And for those who chant the holy name of the Lord, first sloka says, the mirror is being cleansed, the mirror of the heart. Our heart is not the same heart that is pumping the blood. The soul has a heart. Within the heart of a devotee, Krishna resides. And within the heart of Krishna, the devotee resides. So this is not the same heart that when it stops pumping blood, we're dead. That heart is always alive. But somehow, the heart is compared to a mirror that is full of dust at this very moment. What is this? What is the meaning of this? This dust. Actually, it says this dust are our conditioned state. Even though the soul is pure, cannot be cut into pieces. Bhagavad Gita says, cannot be burned by fire, cannot be wet by water, cannot be withered by the wind, because it's spiritual. However, when we have come in contact, the time that we come in contact with the material energy, we become contaminated due to the association of modes of nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance. Now, the soul cannot be contaminated by the material energy. It's like oil and water. Can you mix oil and water, Bitwig?
No.
Of course not. No. If you have ghee and pani, No, they will not mix. No? But the misidentification of the soul that this is my body, that this body is me, then we become covered up. We think I'm an Indian, I'm Australian, I'm Filipino, I'm American, I'm a Hindu, mm, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Sikh. Mm. All is this misidentification. I'm a man, uh, I'm the father, I'm the wife. No, we're beyond this bodily concept. This is not our real nature. This is a temporary covering of the soul because of our past karma. So part of this covering, we also develop qualities that are unwanted. We mentioned that earlier. False ego. Yeah. We develop that false ego. We have an eternal ego. The chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra will ultimately transform our understanding that we are servants of Lord Krishna. Because that is our real nature. But our ego right now is considered to be false because, again, we're thinking, I am this, I am that. So many, misidentification as being this body as the real self. And the mind also makes so many plans, so many arrangements. How can I enjoy the material energy? I want a different car every 3 years. I know a god brother in America. He did not change his car for like 30 years. As long as it's moving, no problem. Hmm? Even our Guru Maharaj says, why don't you change your car? Guru Maharaj, it still works. There's no need. There's no need. And that's true also. Envious mentality is there also. That is not the real nature. Having false ego, being proud. False ego means being proud. There is a saying also, even the pauper is proud of his pennies. Yeah, like in India, they will not accept, like paisa now. They will only accept rupees. They will throw it back to you. If you give them something. Oh, the kids. Oh, yeah, we were doing parikrama. We're doing parikrama. They don't accept 1 rupee. They want 5 rupee coins, 10 rupee coins. Oh. So the mirror is compared to the heart here. That the mirror, when it's full of dust, that means our heart also is full of anarthas, unwanted desires. Anarthas means that which is not necessary. What is that? That which is not necessary. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he mentions that these are our 6 enemies: lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. Yeah, that's the same. Pride, envy. If you are envious, you are proud. You cannot be humble if you are envious, right? And that is the opposite of love. It mentions also that somehow we want to be happy separate from Krishna. Why Krishna only the one who will be happy? I want to be happy, but not with him. Okay, that's not possible to be happy with Krishna without Krishna. So the material world was created for those who wanted to be happy separate from Krishna. And this material world is a learning ground. Krishna doesn't want the material world to be created. It is us who are here, who are miserable, who are suffering. But this is an illusion because you cannot tell a person who is suffering that actually you are suffering. He forgets. The next day, he forgets that actually I'm full of miseries and sufferings. So the material world, Shastra says, is a learning ground for us to get out of this material world. So this chanting of the holy name, when we chant, then our heart becomes cleansed. We become purified. This is the purifying effect of chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. It's like the sun purifies everything, even the most polluted place. Because this is the effect of the sun. So when we chant the holy name of the Lord, it purifies our heart. We started to understand our real nature, that I'm not this body, that I'm spirit soul. Krishna is God and I'm meant to serve him. It's like chanting is like a blazing fire in the forest. It's like right now, it's summertime here in Australia. Hmm. Out of a sudden, somewhere there's going to be a fire. But who started the fire? No one started the fire. But then once there's a fire, it goes for days, sometimes weeks. Yeah? And no one can survive. All the wild animals, they will fly, they will go, run away. So similarly, when we chant the holy name of the Lord, it's like a blazing fire. And the only thing that can extinguish the chanting actually is the cloud, the rain cloud. The rain cloud. And here also, the moonshine extinguishes that heat. When there's a full moon, it's cooling, isn't it? Like a very special atmosphere. Even if it is summertime and there is full moon, Hare Krishna, very, very soothing. So the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is like this also. It's like millions and millions of moons. Like it says, Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Sushitala Jeja Jagata Jurai. Lord Nityananda is compared to millions of moons. That he, by his presence, is so soothing, so cooling. One moon is so cooling already. How about millions of moons? So when we take shelter of Lord Nityananda, who is the Adi Guru, when we take shelter of the spiritual master, who gives us instructions, guides us, inspires us to make progress in Krishna consciousness, then this blazing fire, the forest fire. The material world is compared to a forest, but it is having blazing fire. And only then that we can get out, be relieved, and we will be able to attain this bliss, this happiness that is always increasing and never ends. This is the result of chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Param Gayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam. Pratipadam Purnam Vritasvadanam. This bliss that one attains from chanting the holy name of the Lord. It's like Prabhupada says, you can chant the holy name of the Lord and you can do it 24 hours. And the bliss is increasing and increasing and it never ends. So this is the nature of Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Kirtan, in Sankirtan, it is more powerful than japa. In japa, you can be in the mental platform. In Sankirtan, you forget everything. Is that correct?
Yes, Maharaj.
Yeah. When there's a Kirtan Mela here, everyone enjoys, everyone's dancing, up, down, yeah, and they forget their problems, no anxiety. They don't want to stop, isn't it? Because that is the happiness that the soul is experiencing. And we don't want it to end. Yes. But we still have to do japa. That we cannot avoid. The reflection of our kirtan is how we chant our japa. What we do the whole day and when we do the kirtan reflects on what we are doing during the day. And then when we do kirtan, if our lifestyle is that of with rules and regulations, following the directions coming from the spiritual master, then our kirtan will be so potent that it will affect those who hear them with full of spiritual potency, and also they'll be cleansed. Their hearts will also be purified. So, yeah, I know some devotees that like kirtan, but they don't do their japa. So, it's superficial. Superficial, the effect. It's only good when you hear. But after that, you go back to the same old ways. Pure chanting like Prabhupada, he would chant very simple tune. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Very simple, but the effect transformed those who heard it to become devotees. It's like one time there was a big kirtan. Prabhupada was leading the kirtan. And then after the kirtan, one of the disciples told Prabhupada, Prabhupada, I really enjoyed that kirtan. Prabhupada says, no, kirtan is not for your enjoyment. Kirtan is for the enjoyment of Krishna, Radha Krishna. But if that is our mood to glorify, to please Krishna, automatically also we become happy. That is the result. It's not the other way around. That when I enjoy kirtan, Krishna must be happy. Huh? Does it make sense? No. Krishna first, then family second. Oh, Krishna first. Because if Krishna is first, automatically everyone is happy. It's not that if my family is happy, Krishna must be happy. No. It could be materially happy. Yes. But the result is that we all become happy. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. This is the victory. Vijayate. By chanting congregationally Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Okay, I'll stop here for now. It's just the first verse of the Sikshatakam. Are there any questions or comment from our young devotees? You learned something this evening? Yes? Are there any questions? We'll be happy to try to. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandapana.
Dandavats.
Thank you Maharaj for wonderful class. Maharaj, just you mentioned the cleansing of heart. So,
Where is it? Yeah. Cleansing of the heart.
so, so as what I understand, so you said the dust is on our internal heart, not on the like blood heart.
Your misidentification. That is the problem.
So when we chant, so dust on that internal heart will
Be cleansed. The issue here is that our misidentification of the body that covers us from realizing that Krishna is God, I am his servant, and my goal is to develop love that I have. That love is actually inside also. We have love for Krishna, but it became covered up by our misidentification with this body. We became covered up by the most material nature. So, how to get out? We chant. How to get out of that misidentification? So, when we chant, we erase, we wipe out those dust. And which are those dust? Anarthas, false ego, being proud, untruthful, unkind, all the negatives. Yeah. Do you understand? Even though the soul is pure, it cannot be covered, it cannot be cut. But what is it that we are cleansing? Our misidentification. We're not clear right now.
That's good.
Huh?
That's good. It's good.
Okay, let me finish this. Thank you, Prabhu. It's like it says the moon. The moon is when we see from far away, it gives full shine, right? But there's also pock marks, but it's pure, but it shines, right? So that will be covered up. Those pock marks actually it becomes obsolete when we understand our real nature.
Thank you, Maharaj.
It's a crude example. Any question?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Spirit is so minute and the material body is huge, so it's very hard to understand that every 2 seconds it fluctuates.
Excuse me? Speak
Spirit
slowly.
is so minute, we can't see our speed,
Yeah.
and our body is like used.
The symptom of the soul is your consciousness. What is consciousness? That means uh, this is the symptom. Like if I say something which is not true, why is it that you get hurt? It is not true about you. Let's say I criticize you, right? Let's say, how is it that you become in pain? How is it that you got hurt? I did not touch you. It's just by words. So who is that being hurt? Is your ego. Because you're identifying your body as the self. Do you understand?
So like, we are living in how can I say grihastha. So it's
Okay.
gonna be very hard to
You're a householder.
control. Yes,
Householder.
it's
Say
very
it,
hard to
householder.
control because it looks like every time it's fluctuating. So
It's very difficult, but it is possible. You have to follow the process. Srila Prabhupada has told us how to overcome our false ego. Get up early in the morning, perform your sadhana, chant your rounds, offer your food to Krishna, don't eat in organic dabas, so many restaurants, vegetarian, vegan restaurants. This pollutes the mind, pollutes the consciousness. You have to live a pure life, worship deities at home. Hmm? These are all like a whole package. You cannot say, I only do this, but I don't want this. You have to read Bhagavad Gita every day, Shrimad Bhagavatam, come to the mandir, associate with the devotees, like what we're doing right now. If you keep doing this, Prabhupada gave an example, just like you have an iron rod. In the beginning, it's cold, but you put into the fire. Ultimately, that iron rod will act like fire. You touch something, it'll get burnt. But in the beginning, you touch, no burning. So you have to be in the fire of Sankirtan Yagya. Everything that we do, this is Sankirtan. Reading is Sankirtan. Going to the mandir is Sankirtan. Associating with the devotees, Sankirtan. Our movement is Sankirtan only. They're all related. So your false ego will be pulverized. Right now it's very hard. But actually, he says also, I was just reading, it's like, where do the diamond come from? Coal, but it's black. But you can take off those impurities and you will see the brilliance, the effulgence coming from the diamond by polishing it. So our heart is like that. It's black as a coal. Then our real nature will come out. It will be so shining, so effulgent. It is difficult, no doubt, to get out of this conditioning, but it is possible to be happy. Material world, it doesn't matter how hard you try. The materialists, they have 2, 3 jobs. one full-time and two part-time jobs, and still they cannot pay their bills, and still they are not happy, and still they only eat three chapatis. There's no time for their family. Devotees, they also struggle, but they have higher taste. That is the difference. Any other points? Question? Shiram Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Very nice class. Thank you very much. So you mentioned about that, we identify with our body or act on the false ego,
Mm-mm.
and the devotees are receive the mercy of the Lord and still sometimes act on the false ego.
Mm-mm.
We see many past times like Lord Brahma, who is the
Mm-mm.
king of the universe, even the Indra, Durvasa Muni. I mean, Bhagavatam has got so many great personalities,
Mm-mm.
but there are the times that they forgot that mercy given by the Lord to
That's
them.
right.
So how do we remind ourselves that,
So
of this mercy and not to be influenced by the false ego?
the whole Shrimad Bhagavatam, anyone who's mentioned in the Shrimad Bhagavatam, they're not ordinary souls. Actually, they're great, great personalities. So it shows us that being in a conditioned state, we can, even Lord Brahma can make mistakes. Durvasa Muni, he's the one also who gave benediction to Shrimati Radharani. How can he give Radharani a benediction? He's a sadhu, right? That whatever you cook and who eats whatever you cook will never get sick. That's why she will go to see Krishna every day because Yasoda Mai requested for her. So, like, how about Bali Maharaj? Oh, he's one of the Mahajans. Yeah, and he made a mistake also. But then he got blessed. Prabhupada says the only difference between Krishna and us is that Krishna never forgets. Why? Because his body is eternal. Navayovanam cha is eternally a 16-year-old boy. For us, our body keeps on changing. That means our decision also keeps on changing. Our desires are keep on changing. This is the conditioned state. So that's why when we chant the holy name of the Lord and we understand that we're not this body, we're all his servants, then I should only have one decision to get out of this material world and go back to Godhead. So when we see Indra always, seemingly always in trouble, or Lord Brahma becoming illusion, Brahma Bimoha Lila, he's the topmost demigod and still was put into that position. To many ways, how to show Krishna's greatness and how to show also that as a conditioned soul, we are prone to be in illusion. But once you become a devotee, a pure devotee, no more illusion. You will be under Yoga Maya now, not Mahamaya. Everyone is under Mahamaya in the material world, except the pure devotees. Eternal associates of the Lord. They are also in Maya to prevent them to see Krishna as God. Now we are realizing, we are understanding Krishna is God, but still we are not have that complete faith that I should be a servant of Krishna. We are in the process of understanding. So who is better, Lord Brahma or us? Us! Lord Brahma can be forgetful, but us, we try to give that up, that mentality. And once we reach that level that we understood everything, you will never ever become forgetful of Krishna. Because we've learned, this is one, once we've learned our lesson, we don't come back anymore in the material world. Yat yatvana nivartante taddama paramam mama. Once you reach the spiritual abode, you don't come back anymore. You don't take birth as Lord Brahma again. In this life, in many more lifetimes, we can become another Brahma. And we can still be forgetful. Because as long as we have material body, we can become forgetful. And the body of a pure devotee is not any more material. Like Prabhupada, like our Guru Maharaj. They're never forgetful of Krishna. They're never forgetful of their eternal nature as servants. As long as we have this body, we have a tendency to enjoy separate from Krishna and to think that I am the master. I am the Lord of all I survey. So everything that happens to us, irreversible, whatever we are expected, reverse is coming, hardships coming, our ego got hurt. This is for our own purification, so that I will not do the same mistake again. Once you're burned, once burns, twice shy. You've heard that expression? Huh? Once burned, twice shy. You don't want to touch anymore because you're burnt. So this is our situation. All of these great personalities are for us to understand, to learn. Was that Ramachandra Puri? Yeah. Oh, he's there in Chaitanya Lila. Yeah. Is that confirmed? Yes. Yeah. We should be called a Becha Sridhar. Humble. Not so many. What does he earn? Few annas, isn't it? But he was favored by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was cold at the time of Mahaprakash Leela. Isn't it? So many stories. Hiranyakashipu, he thinks he can be God. He wants to be God, but it's not possible. So, in this way, we have to learn our lesson from them, not to do what they did. Yes? Anything else?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, I have a question. There is a very thin difference between being a God-fearing person and God-loving person. So you said like you have to learn from the other gods and not to do what they did, whatever they did wrong. So how do we transform our life and convert it into a spiritual path where we become God-loving rather than being a God-fearing person?
God is not meant only those who disobey God, then they are fearful. It's like a good, abiding citizen. He is not fearful of the police. You are fearful because you're not following God. A thief, he's always looking. Why? Because he's doing nonsense. He's doing things against the law of man. Now, if we're doing according to the law of God, then how can you be fearful? If you want to enjoy separate from Krishna, then you are fearful of his jurisdiction. Maya. Prabhupada says we should be fearful of Maya, not of Krishna. Why you be fearful of God? God is always loving. Are you in fear of your mother and father? Of course not. Of course, if you are disobeying them, if you don't go to school, you'll get spanked. Yeah? Or you will not get your allowance. So you want to be, hey, then you're not fearful. Okay? No fear. No fear of God. Love of God. There is. That is the only way. Yes? Where is the mic? I guess you're not hungry, right?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for the wonderful class. You mentioned in your class that chanting is interconnected to kirtan, and that
Our japa is connected to our kirtan.
yeah,
Yes.
and even Prabhupada with the most simplest tunes was able to attract so much crowd. So I was
What's that
hoping
again?
the Prabhupada was able to attract so much
Oh,
crowd even
yes.
with the most
With
simplest
his simple
tunes.
tune, yes.
So I was hoping if you could elaborate a little on the connection between
Because
the
Prabhupada's is a pure devotee. So he attracts. Our purpose when we do kirtan is to attract Krishna. Krishna is all attractive. But when we chant his names purely, Krishna will be attracted to our chanting. Yeah. It's like what's your name?
Sugandhika.
Sugandhika. So if I say Sugandhika, Sugandhika, where is Sugandhika? Oh, Sugandhika is here. So that means I'm not attentive. But he will say, Sugandhika, then I'm seeing you, right? So when we chant Krishna's name purely, Krishna will be there in front of us, face to face. The problem is when we're chanting, we're doing many, many things or thinking of many, many things except Krishna. So when Prabhupada would chant, Krishna is there. When he gives class, the demigods are there, listening to his class. When he chants, that's it. Krishna is there. When he gives class, that's it. Krishna is there. Because of the purity of his life. Prabhupada's life, there is no secret. It's an open book. There is nothing to hide. Pure devotee doesn't have anything to hide. Because why? Krishna, he knows Krishna is there. He cannot hide anything. So when we come to that platform, then we will attract people, conditioned souls to be Krishna conscious. So the effect of how we chant our rounds will be seen in how we do kirtan. That will make others become devotees.
Thank you, Maharaj.
You understand? Sugandhika means fragrance, right? Sugandha. That's Krishna. Always have this fragrance of what? Tulsi and sandalwood. Sandalwood, no, sandalwood and tulsi. Right? This is when Radharani, her eyes Vrishabhanu Maharaj found her in Yamuna on top of a golden lotus flower. So he brought Radharani at home and he told Kirtida, I found a baby, golden also in complexion, but her eyes were shut. It doesn't matter. Blind baby is better than no baby, daughter. So now Mother Yasoda found out that a new child was found by King Vrishabhanu. So Mother Yasoda brought Krishna with her. And while they were talking, Kirtida and Mother Yasoda, Krishna started to crawl near Radharani. Now the story goes back whereby Krishna told Radharani, I'm going to the material world. Radharani says, no, I don't want to go. Material energy, what do I do there? Why shall I do there? He says, no, you should come with me. Then Radharani says, okay, I will go with you for some conditions. Govardhan Hill should be there. Yamuna should be there. And the first person that I will have darshan will be you. Tatastu. So be it. So now, Radharani knows the fragrance of Lord Krishna. Because Lord Krishna is the only one who is always anointed with tulsi and chandan at his lotus feet. And when she smelled, she started to open her eyes. Lo and behold, Krishna was there. So the fragrance of Krishna is what? Sandalwood and tulsi. Radharani, no tulsi on her lotus feet. Isn't it? Yes or no? No, there's no tulsi on Radharani's lotus feet, only to Krishna. That is reserved only to Krishna. Okay? That's the meaning of Sugandha, that fragrance of Krishna. Okay, we stop here now. Srila Prabhupada K. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu K. Hidaya Gaur Sitana Pramanande. No questions from that side. Okay, no problem. Sukriya. Hare Krishna.